let's do a full face of Australis. Oh. That's good coffee. Good morning. We are doing a brand new makeup thing today. Do a full face of the Australis Fresh and Flawless Face products. I don't know how long these have been actually out. They're new to me, so they might not be new to you, but they're new to me. So the products that I picked up from this was the primer, the foundation. I love the palette. I've got the concealer and the spritz. So this, the primer and the spritz are the Blemish Buster Energizing Spritz and Blemish Buster Primer. So they're the ones that I got out of that collection. So let's get started. Going in with the primer, it is like a blue consistency. It's really, really thin. It doesn't feel thick or sticky. It feels quite nice. It does have a little bit of a smell to it, so that's probably the Blemish Buster ingredients. I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's probably salicylic acid or something. Next, we're going in with the foundation. This is the full coverage foundation with hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and SPF 15. I picked the color Light Neutral. Very thin and runny. On this in, I'm trying out, well, this is the second time trying it out. This is the MCO Beauty foundation brush. This is in like the little box set that you can get at Woolies. That's where I got mine from. It's quite a thin head. It kind of reminds me of how the Real Techniques buffing brush looks like after, like before it's been used, like fresh out of the box, not years of being used. Also, first thought on the color match, maybe I went too light. Is that even possible for me? Okay, so first impression is that it is really thin to begin with, but it kind of feels like it sets as you're blending, so maybe go section by section. My brush started to pull a lot on my skin, so I think depending on what skincare you have underneath it, there may be a possibility of peeling, so do a couple of tests before you leave the house with it. Up close and personal, I have a lot of texture on my skin. I have huge pores. I have really not looked after my skin. I am not even 30 yet, and yeah, anyway, so up close and personal, you can see it doesn't really hide the texture. It doesn't really add to it either, but that is just how it is. That is literally just my skincare, which was the Kmart XO watermelon set, and then the primer, and then this is the foundation. So now we're going to go into concealer. I feel like it's a little bit unfair for this concealer, but I don't have any blemishes that I need to cover at the moment, so I can't really show you the actual covering of it. So I'm going to skip this until I've done my makeup, my eye makeup, because I will put it underneath my eyes, but I'm going to use a bit of color today, so I'll come back and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so going in with my concealer underneath my eyes. This is in the shade Light. Just using my foundation brush again. Okay, so what happened after I put my concealer on, I noticed that there was a bit of a line. So after I did my eye makeup, I did remove, I didn't have anything under there, but because I had fallout, I just cleaned it up. And I'd obviously removed a little bit of the foundation underneath my, like on my cheek here. When I've done that, and then put my concealer on, it's created like a line where it's had like 3 layers of product versus like 1. So I am trying to fix that as best as I can because I don't have time to take this off. So my advice would be do your makeup, your eye makeup before you put the foundation on, and clean up first, which normally we do anyway, but we're not doing that today. But just in case, it will, once it's set, it will not blend. Like I have a line right here, and unless you're looking for it, I guess you won't see it. And this is just the foundation. I don't have anything else on there. I still need to do powder and stuff, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I haven't come across this in a foundation before, and now I'm kind of panicking that I have like lines everywhere. Okay, I think I fixed it. It's gonna have to do. Yeah, that's weird. Have you guys had that before? Have you used this and had that same problem? I was also starting to worry that maybe overdoing it with my foundation brush was kind of like starting to like pill underneath, like making it happen. I don't know. I'm gonna take my NARS bronzer. This is the cream one in Casino, and I'm just gonna do a little bit, nothing too much, because now I'm really worried about my foundation. being pulled up. For my cream blush, I'm going to take this one from OXX Cosmetics from Kmart. It's in the color Rose. It is super pigmented. I'm only going to take just a tiny little bit on the cheekbones here. Nothing major. Just for a little bit of funsies, I'm going to go in with the Luminous Blush Balm. This is in Sienna. I could read it properly. I'm going to take just a tiny little bit of this. It is so pretty, but I do believe that sheen is just like a spray over. I don't think it's too far down into the product. And that is going to be just on top of where I put the Rose Blush Balm, and it's going to be my highlight base. Now this I have had for a while and I love. This is the face palette. It's just called, face palette. I'm going to mix these two for my bronzer. This is the powder, the lightest one in it, that I'm going to use all over my face, and then I am going to use that as my blush and that as a little bit of a highlighter. Even though we've already got our creams on there, I'm going to set everything with this. Bronzer, face powder, blush, and then highlighter. Make sure you give it a good shake, and now we're going to go in and set everything. And then I like to use my mirror as a pen. Okay, so my last little trick to make sure that this all works for my skin, which I didn't mention at the beginning, I have oily skin. So after I've spritzed and dried all of that, you can see that there is a really nice shine. For people who like that, this is going to be really, really nice for like that dewy finish. I don't. So this is the MAC. This is just the HT setting powder. The Studio Fix Pro Set Plus Blur. Way less loose powder. It's just a HT sort of powder. And it's in limited edition packaging. It doesn't look like that normally. Take a bunch of that and I'm going to set my entire face with it. My eyes, my highlighter, everything. Okay, so see what that did? It left my highlighter there, but it set everything else. And this is just how I like my skin to look. So for a little bit of a close-up of the skin texture, like we did before after the foundation was put on, this is what it is when everything is layered on. This is how it deals with layering. Not too bad, I don't think. Apart from that little incident around the cheeks, which I don't know if you can see. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see very well. Interesting. Let me show you how I created this eye look with the Australis Dream of Me palette. Taking concealer as my eye base. I'm going to blend that in with my foundation brush. I'm going to take a piece of tape to get the sharp wing matched up as best I can. Today we're going in with the Dream of Me palette from Australis. So pretty. I'm going in with the shade Starry Night, and this is the MCO Beauty eyeshadow. I'm going to use the tip and press that in up the liner, like the tape, and this is going to be my winged liner. Taking the shade Euphoria, and this is just going to be tapped over the lid with the brush. I'm going to go in with my finger in a minute, but this is just to get the base in. Next, I'm going in with Deep Dive, using the eye crease brush from MCO Beauty, and this is going to go into my crease area. I'm kind of tapping that into the crease and bringing it into the front. Then once I've got that main color on there, I'm going to start blending it out. I'm also not picking up any more product on the brush. I'm literally just using what I brought, like what I picked up in the beginning, and blending that out so it's pretty much gone. Next, I'm going in with Power. I'm taking it on the same brush, and with this one, I'm just tapping it into the outer third of the outer crease. I don't want to darken too much in the inner corner there. Whatever darkness comes from this is what's left on the brush. I want to focus this on the outer corner. Because we've done all that blending, the purple has lost a bit of its intensity, so I'm just going over it again quickly. I'm taking the shade Euphoria again on my finger. How stunning. Now I'm going over the lid again. Obviously you saw just before that using the brush didn't really get much on there, just a bit of sparkle. Getting your finger into that shadow and using it to apply it on the lid takes it to a whole new level. With this, I'm tapping over the purple liner. I'm also taking it over the crease shades as well, just a little bit, because I want that shimmer. I'm taking Deep Dive again, which was that first light brown, and just going over the edge of Euphoria. It's not going to take the shimmer away, but it's just going to help bring that definition back in. And then one last go over the purple liner with Euphoria, just to bring that purple back to life. With that Euphoria color over the top of it, it really, really looks so stunning. For the underbrow highlight, I'm taking a little bit of this one here, which is Musk, and this one that is called That Girl. For mascara, I'm taking the Maybelline, the Colossal After Dark Curl Bounce Mascara, and this is just the normal black one, not the waterproof. This is always the best part. Lashes. Okay, so this is the finished eye look. What do you think? I really like it. Shimmer does make texture look bigger, but oh well, who cares? This is really, really pretty. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.